Love and care. Welcome everyone to today's streams. I am God TLC. And as you noticed, it is a different scene. We are in a different part of our studios. And, we've broadcasted previously from the lounge, from the studio, from the home lab, from the animal rescue. We are currently outside right now in a designated area that is cafe-ish, right? A really great place to drink your tea. And speaking about tea, I may go grab me some right now. You will hear a lot of noises that are impromptu, like there are a lot of sirens right before I streamed. You may hear animals, dogs barking. You may hear some construction. So we are open to the element for this stream right here. And you're joining me today just on a Got TLC and chill. Hopefully, you get to see some beautiful birds. We have birds always flying to our abode. Everything. I mean, I'm talking everything. Eagles, hawks, falcons, blue jays, cardinals, red cardinals. I have yet to see an owl, though. I will admit that. I have yet to see an owl. But yeah, today is a beautiful day, and we went live earlier. You all were witness and were able to see the different lighting, right? When you use natural light, you get a different experience. So, you know, Ninja Lee called it. Staff here at Got to Know Love and Care. It will be sunny today, and it is. And I'm wearing a jacket because it is. There is still a brisk, like some cool air. Definitely feel cool air. But I do have two calm dogs right now. Have the Shih Tzu and the Australian Shepherd, both who don't tend to be the most barkers. Let's see if they come this way and sit right over there like good boy and good girl. I will show you them here. And yeah, this is just a very awesome area to be in. It's an area very good for meditation. I do have another stream on right now. I mean, and you can always see these at your own time. The other stream is pretty much just giving you a glimpse of a lot of the wildlife and nature that we have here. So you all know we're building rebuilding our studio. Works in progress after the flash flood and tornado. But we are also building a conservatory, right? We enjoy gardening and the farmlands and always been big into that. So if we can repopulate the bee and butterfly population, that will just be another feather in our cap. And, we don't necessarily do it for the feather in the cap, but we enjoy it. It's a passion project. I mean, it is a sight to see when the butterflies are out there and the bumblebees in their natural environment. And I've got a good boy and a good girl right here, so I'm going to show you them if they don't skedaddle. Oh, look at this, she's giving us a smile. So that right there is Bluey. That is our Australian Shepherd Rescue, and she's a sweetheart. She is digital camouflage, loves to be in front of the camera, loves to model, and we have Garuda, who's the Shih Tzu, who's roaming around, walking around, and we love that our animals here at the rescue center got tender loving care, get to be outside as much as possible. The puppy that you all saw, and I'll show you her again, her name is Galaxy, but we call her Lexi for short. She was in an unfortunate accident. So when we rescued her, her hips were all misaligned, her legs were all very weak. She came to us very, very feeble, and we built her up. I mean, we've had her here on our site, on our rescue center, for about a year and a half, I'm gonna say at most. And she's gotten very big. They told her she was gonna be a mini Australian Shepherd, and she's definitely not mini. She's our biggest dog here. Everyone here on Got Tender Loving Care, make sure you subscribe and like the stream. At 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna pull one name out of the hat, and that lucky person will win some shout out awards, gifts. The day will be all about you, as well as us reaching that milestone of 1,000 subscribers. Hello, Nick Wheelock. Welcome to the stream, and hello to hello. Awesome name. Welcome. If you can translate that would be great. Fabian Olvera. I do have the puppies here. next to me. I'm gonna give you another vantage point. I mean, look at those. She has hazel eyes, everyone, and her eyes are two different colors. Oh, she just walked away. They make the rounds to me. And the reason she's outside with our Shih Tzu is because our Shih Tzu is our latest rescue. He is in training. He's our smallest pup. And she, after her accident, we decided to make her a full-time outdoor dog. And she does come inside at night when it rains or it snows. She's always inside. But we figure, why be cooped up in a kennel when we have a designated, like a porch that's bamboo, like it's enclosed in bamboo panels. Maybe I can give you all a glimpse of that. All natural, everything natural and holistic. I mean, you see we have trees and plants, and we're all about building. And I'm gonna quickly show you how this looks right there. So these are bamboo, and this pretty much just makes sure that our dogs feel safe, because if there are people walking, then our dogs are gonna bark, 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 and we don't want our dogs to be anxious or stressed. So we invested in about 3 of those panels. We would like to invest in more panels, but that is currently out of budget right now. So as soon as it comes back to budget, we're gonna panel this entire area. That way the dogs get to be outside, they get to roam around and just enjoy the natural wildlife. How healing for the dog to be fed on a regular basis, given water, played with and trained. And then on top of that, you're not cooped up in a kennel. We just thought that that would aggravate her condition more than it needs to be, right? When we rescued her, Galaxy, she the story is, and I have a hard time saying it, but she was hit by a car, left there, and eventually someone dragged her off of the street, and someone else said, they may have posted on social media, she was in a temporary placement, and we came across her, and she was a puppy when this happened. She was mistreated in her first sight, and she comes from a reservation in, if I remember correctly, South Dakota. Um, so when we saw that, we rescued her immediately. We picked her up and we said, hey, we have a good home for her. She will heal with us. The resources that they had at the farm that she was staying at, it was all temporary. And if dogs don't get rescued, then, they get put down. Dogs that don't get rescued get put down. So we felt that, hey, if we have the space and resources, we can take on another dog. So here they are. Look at these little cuties right there. Look at them. They're playing right now. Oh, they're barking again. See their anxiety. And they're barking just because there's a lot of construction. Over here at the studio, since I am outside, there are a lot of construction vehicles. The neighborhood, and I just gotta calm her. They hear my voice, they hear me whistle, and I let her know that everything's okay. So as you all know, in the Canary Islands, there is a language spoken, and that is a whistling language. So when words don't work, like, hey, stop, heal, I do always make sure that they have that auditory, just a loud pitch to bring them back. They don't have any shock collars. The shock collars that they do have are just for the invisible fence. Roam around the entire yard. Roam around up to the garden, up to the playground. Run in every direction. Here we have a lot of acres, but don't run to the street. And that's the only, that's the concession that we had to make, because the dogs, we don't believe in shock collars, and one of our dogs is always, always barking. Let me tell you that. But I said, hey, that's how dogs communicate. Let's not get the dog a shock collar. Um, let's just train her and bring her back in every time she, is barking uncontrollably at nothing. So yeah, we have Lexi here as well as Garuda. Lexi, its original name was Galaxy, and we call it just Lexi for short. Garuda, we just call Garu or Ruda. We mostly just call him Garuda, though. Long, just his full name. And he gets his name from the eagle, the eagle king of the Hindu mythology. So that is how Garuda gets his name. So Garuda is, I will verify exactly what breed, but I want to say he is Shih Tzu. And Shih Tzu Terrier. Low to the ground, Lexi here, mini Australian Shepherd, but she nothing mini about her. The other rescues are inside of the house right now, and they are just hanging out. So, you all saw the dogs, the two dogs here. And Garuda will be very, very close to being fully an indoor dog, and Lexi really enjoys being outside. And if he likes being outside, then hey, we don't mind. We do have to make sure we clean the deck, and they always access the outside whenever we just let them roam around the yard so that the deck does stay clean. You know, we're currently at right now. So that's just a little bit of an update on the dogs that we have here on Tender Loving Care. Let me know in the chat and comments, what kind of dogs do you all have? Have you always had a dog? Do you believe that dogs are man's best friend? You hear the construction vehicles off in the background. There's a lot of construction going on right now. But nonetheless, today is a good day. And I say that in the present moment. Today is a good day. Hear all these different sounds, and it's a fully immersive sensory experience. Now, I have seen other wildlife around us, from raccoons, possums, fox, and when I saw the fox, I was like, wow, is that a fox? What is that? Lexi's currently pawing at the door to watch this. I don't know. Oh, she just found a hornet. Have you ever seen a dog do that ever? That's fascinating. Look at her go. Those are hornets. Those sting and keep stinging and keep stinging and keep stinging. Either that or a wasp. Now, if that was a bumblebee, I would break it up. We preserve bumblebees. But that is one of those wasps and hornets that keep on stinging and stinging. Yellow jackets, we call them. They sting and sting and sting and sting and sting. And the dogs don't like them. We don't like them. They just make it a barricade to be outside. And we don't need more barricades, you know? So I think that Lexi, thank you, Lexi, for taking care of that wasp or hornet. We definitely don't want kids or anyone on our property to get stung or bitten by that thing. Oh, there you go. All right, Lexi's taking care of business. And And thank you so much. I mean, look at that. What that reminds me of is one of the times I was working, and I was abroad, different country. I was in the middle of like a class, a seminar, and all of a sudden we're all outside in the middle of the class. Comes a cat, and everyone's like, "Oh, look at the cat!" Because we're in the middle of class, right? We're a bunch of strangers brought together by business and education and schooling and all that. And all of a sudden, a rat shows up out of nowhere, and the cat pounces on the rat, eats the rat in one bite, and all we see is a tail sticking out of the cat's mouth. That's what that reminded me of. And we're like, everyone was in shock, like, oh my God, what should we do? So we go help the rat, and people are like, no, that's what cats do. So, isn't Lexi cute, everyone? Let me know what part of the world you are all joining from today. Got TLC and chill, and we have the wind chimes blowing a little bit, which is always an amazing sound. You know, when we first acquired this site where we currently are at right now, we had everything decorated with solar power technology. But through time, the wiring of the solar power technology, the heavy gusts, the tornadoes, the severe storms, really like gave everything that we invested in a pounding. And we decided that time on, hey, we're just gonna have to recoup our finances and keep it bare minimum. But we do, and we have preserved a few things like the wind chimes, and we have a few solar powered lights floating around as well. If I see any birds, I'll definitely give you the view of the birds. There are some birds, many birds. I hear them back there, but sometimes we get a hawk or an eagle flying above us as well. There are just a lot of wildlife here. So you hear the construction vehicles anytime they drive through. It's some would say noise pollution, but for the purpose of this episode, we welcome all those sounds. Those sounds are welcome today. So you can hear what's going on in the world, like in the studio, in the lounge. Yes, it will be. It mostly is soundproof. But when we're enjoying the day outside today, one of these few days of sunshine that we get, we're definitely gonna live it up and absorb that vitamin D as much as we can. So, just a little tidbit of, information, mostly code. And I did hear something about the weathers and the patterns around the world. It looks like there are still some states that are still affected by the tornadoes. So it just feels like those tornadoes make their rounds and never stop. Went right through this area, affected some houses, but not all of the houses. So thank you all for asking if everyone here is safe and in a good place. Well, you can also join me for the study along. I might play some music as well. See if you can catch some birds off in the distance, off in the background. They love to land on that tree right there. That one. If you're lucky enough, you will catch and spot wildlife. Even squirrels count. For now, just enjoy the beautiful sounds of the wind and the wind chimes and the construction sounds of the construction vehicles and all that hard work going on. There's this type of bird that makes this sound. Whew, whew, whew. And I don't know what the sound is. Pew, 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 pew. And then a tweet, 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 tweet. A lot of different animals. Yeah, and then another bird over there is pew, pew, pew is coming from over there. Tweet, 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 tweet is coming from over there. You know, I think the construction going on right now, it may have been the tornado. Like, even though we don't see structural damage with what happened, like, my neighbors, right? I don't see that their roof caved in or trees dropped on their house, but they may have had the flash flood that we experienced in our studios, because there is a lot of construction going on right now. Oh, the cute dogs are playing again. If they get close enough, I'll see you. Well, you'll watch how they play. Galaxy plays rough with Garuda. I mean, too rough. Oh, I just saw a beautiful, majestic bird, but it flew off in the other direction. Hear those dogs barking in the distance? Look at that airplane. More bird watching with me. Did you all see those doves? Those were doves. Oh, the dogs are on the move. They sense something. Let me see if I can show how she barks. Just 2 barks from her, okay. Back to bird watching. Oh, look at this bird. Look at this bird. Look at it. Look at it. Hey. Did you see that? I'll be a little quicker. Just noticed it from the periphery. Beautiful day outside. Yeah, I didn't know you weren't bird watching with me. There we go. So we saw those doves fly above me just a little while ago. Take a look if you see any birds around here. Let me know in the comments and chat. What's your favorite type of bird? So you hear all the birds chirping, but do you see them? very tranquil now, even with all the construction going on, eh? Look at Lexi right now, Galaxy. She is sleeping. Back to bird watching and studying with me. Good study session.